Okay, this is a problem from homework 2.5, and it talks about two cyclists that are 90 miles apart. They start riding towards each other at the same time. One cycles two times as fast as the other. If they meet 3 hours later, what is the speed in miles per hour of the faster cyclist? Okay, so I'm using my strategy of drawing a picture just to kind of understand what's happening. So here's this distance of 90 miles, and I have one person here who is cycling this way, and one person here who is cycling towards the other person, and actually this person is going twice as fast. Okay, so that kind of gives me an idea of what's going on. Now, I know that distance equals the rate times the time. So I'm going to be using that equation, and I'm going to go ahead and name my cyclist just because that helps give me a better idea of who's who. So I'm going to give the faster cyclist the name Kathy and the slower cyclist the name Paul. I just picked two names. Okay, so Kathy, so let's make ourselves a little table here. So we have Kathy and we have Paul. And we're going to first start, we need three pieces of information here. So we need the rate, the time, and the distance. Now the problem doesn't tell us how much distance Kathy covered or Paul covered individually, but it does tell us that the distance of Kathy and the distance of Paul is 90 miles. It does tell us that. So I'm going to call this D sub Kathy and D sub Paul. As for the rate, we know that Kathy is going twice as fast as Paul. So whatever speed Paul's speed is, so let's say he's going 10 miles an hour, then Kathy is going 20 miles an hour in this problem. And the time for both of them is going to be 3 hours. Okay. So now, again, I know that my distance equals rate times time. I can use those for the two distances down here. So in other words, I can say, instead of writing the distance of Kathy, I can say Kathy's rate, times time. And instead of saying the distance of Paul, I can say Paul's rate times time. And then that equals 90 miles. So if I look back on my little table here, I'm going to actually transfer over here. I know that Kathy's rate is 2x, and I'm going to multiply that times her time, which is 3, and I'm going to add that to Paul's rate times time, so his rate is just x times 3, and the 3 again is coming from the time, and that equals 90 miles. So now I'm just going to solve this. I get 6x plus 3x equals 90 miles. 9x, I'm going to combine my like terms, equals 90 miles, or 90. To get x by itself, I'm going to divide by 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. I get x equals 10. That means that Paul is going 10 miles per hour, which means that if I'm trying to find Kathy, because Kathy is the faster cyclist, Kathy is going to be 2 times 10, which is 20. So Kathy, the faster cyclist, is going 20 miles per